Okay, so the good news is it's definitely appearing on Twitch. The bad news is it's cutting out a lot. Man, this is still dropping a lot of frames. It's not saying encoding overload, so that's good. I tried turning off one of the captures. I'm not sure if I need desktop capture. I don't think I needed it all. Okay. I'm hoping this goes better. I apologize for this, guys. I'm trying really, really hard to get this to work for you. Let me see. This one live on Twitch. Okay, so it looks like the stream's connected again. It's not really working. This is horrible. Alright. We're working. Come on. This is terrible. Why do people do this? Better, how do people do this? Like, this is truly awful. Not sure if it's the internet connection or what, but I'm pretty far from the router right now. Man, couldn't get my audio work properly last night on the video game. Now I'm struggling with this. It's all just a mess. Well, if you can hear me, I'm now going to cut the loose threads around the embroidery. I found you don't have to get super close when you're using a fabric like Minky because the fuzz will help disguise some of the edges of the thread. I apologize for this, guys. I'm trying really, really hard to get this to work. Okay, sounds like the stream is up, and there it goes, maybe? No, I think it's working. It might be jittery. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of working. Kind of not. It's all a mess. It's all a mess. I'll keep it up. I'm hoping when I look back on it, it'll actually be okay. I kind of doubt it, but you know, if there is a quality recording, I will share it to YouTube so it can be accessed later. YouTube username is going to be Dragons by Chris. And it is dragons like the giant lizards that breathe fire, although mine dragons are small and cuddly and breathe fluff, because that's what's inside of them. They're like the wimpiest dragons ever, but they're cute. Okay. Oh man, I actually have not sewn a standard dragon in a long, long time. Okay, so here's the jump threads cut. You can see the embroidery. Actually embroidered like this way. Doesn't really matter. So now I'm gonna loosen the hoop a little bit and pull these out. What else you can see? Hoop away. And then with the water-soluble stabilizer, you just pull it right off. Okay, now one of the reasons I say don't hoop minky is because of this. You can see like the outline of the ring. I guess it's kind of called fabric burn. I just kind of brush it with my hands against the ply. Kind of just gently massage the areas, clear them up a little bit. You just want to relax it a little. Tell the ply it's okay. You got this. There. That looks a little better. It's not amazing, but it's better. Once I figure out how to embroider on Minky without hooping it and have it come out amazing, I will stop hooping it. Until then, this is my method. Clears up. I've never had it where I see these impressions in the finished plush, so I think that once you sew and stuff the pieces, it kind of tends to stretch out a little and get rid of these kind of impressed seams, if you would. So, there we go. Oh, right. Make sure you cut the jump stitches on the back. You guys probably can't see them, but yeah. That's just from the bobbin thread, from all the different transitions. Not worry about cutting these close because they're going to be inside the plush. You're not really going to see them. Anytime you want to like cut them close as if, you know, they're getting in the way when you're trying to sew and getting stuck in the seams, but you don't have to worry too much about them. They don't have to be super perfect. And then you just take off your background. I like to save this. I use it for satin stitching on the regular machine. In case I ever have like a detail I want to sew manually or a really, really small pattern piece that needs to be sewn. If they're really small, they'll sometimes get stuck in the feed dogs on the machine and it's impossible to get out. So in that case, it's better to have just something to keep under it so that the fabric just doesn't get snarled in the machine. Okay. So that's the feet. I think I'm going to do the other feet on the other Arkin first before I start doing the eyes. I mentioned before that these are going to be the eye colors for the silver Arkin. Whoops. There are a bunch of shades of green. There are actually 2 shades of green. I don't know why I said a bunch. Main eye color, pupil, outline, which I hopefully have enough of. I have other spools, but I'm hoping this one will just last through. And then a little highlight. So that'll be for the first Arkin. I'm gonna go in yellow for the other one. You'll see once that color palette's together. I think it'll be very pretty. So I'm gonna set this aside for now. The other thing with water-soluble stabilizer that I didn't do here is after you pull it off, you can take like a damp towel or a washcloth and just kind of rub it against the Minky, and that'll take off any residue stabilizer. For something like this, it's not really a problem. The pieces all came off really cleanly. I don't really see the need to do it because there are no... I spoke too soon. There's a little residual piece, but I can just pull that right off. Yeah. So if you have a lot of residue, you can very easily clean it off with the water-soluble, because it's water-soluble. You just clean it with cold or cool water. Do not use hot water on Minky. You will end up with crusty projects, because Minky will melt. It's disgusting. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, here's the rest of my pattern. Fabric scissors. Come back to those in a minute. Some more scrap topper. A lot of that. Okay. Arkin number 2. My goal is to have about 30 of these for BookCon. Hello. Stream. Someone got any questions. Okay. All right. So, once again, I do apologize if there are troubles with the stream. I'm doing my best. Obviously, it's not good enough, but I'm doing what I can. And again, if you notice any problems or have a question, leave a comment in the chat. I will try to address it. Okay? All right. I'm going to walk you through the hooping process again. I don't know how much of that recorded. Didn't I have my lines out? I did. Yeah, I don't know how much of that recorded. Better safe than sorry. Oh, do I want this brown or that brown? Yeah, this brown's a little softer. Yeah. I'm changing out my browns. So, the silver Arkin is kind of what I would consider a... I don't know, I wouldn't call it a standard colored Arkin because it's going to have different colored accents. But the second one I'm going to make is going to have some special color combinations. I'm thinking tips of ears and front feet, possibly tail. What is that? That is a stain. It's not great. All right, well, can't use that part of the fabric. That's okay. What's the rest of you? Rest of you.